Right, so some information, the numbers 1 to 64 arranged in such a grid. So part of the grid is shown over here. So the pattern will just continue 49, 50, all the way to 64. Right, so there's a rhombus enclosing 5 numbers over here. So it's given 5 numbers enclosed by the rhombus, 1 number in the top row, 3 numbers in the second row, 1 number in the bottom row. Okay, so we are ought to find the sum of all the numbers in this rhombus first. Right, so given the question, we find the rhombus, so simply just add up. Okay, this gives us 105. Okay, now to find out the pattern in the sequence in the sum of the numbers in the rhombus, okay, so there is actually a formula. So we're going to follow the sequence, okay, by doing this. So each number, each rhombus has a center number. Okay, so I box up this center number, so I'll just call it 1 unit. Okay, so if we draw the same thing in the rhombus like this, so each rhombus will look like this. There's a 1 unit center. Okay, so given the pattern, the left and the right, okay, which represents the 3 numbers in the second row, alright, so the left side would be 1 less than this. So I'll write 1 unit minus 1 on the left. Okay, so on the right should be greater, 1 unit plus 1. Okay, now notice also the numbers have a pattern in each row. Okay, so each row there's a difference of 8. Okay, every number, since there's already 8 in each row, so the difference between the 2 numbers, okay, between each row will be 8. Okay, so 30 and 38, 8, 15 and 23, also 8. So the difference is all 8. So the top number is smaller than the center number by 8. So 1 unit minus 8. While the number below, okay, in the row below the center number would be 8 more than the center. So 1 unit plus 8. Right, so if you figure this out, that the sum has a formula. Okay, so by adding up all the numbers, so 1 unit minus 8, okay, plus the 3 numbers here, 1 unit minus 1, plus 1 unit, plus 1 unit plus 1, plus 1 unit plus 8. Okay, so observe carefully that the minus 8 and the plus 8, okay, is the same. Minus 1 and plus 1 is the same. So altogether, you only counted 5 units. Exactly. Alright, so the units, okay, recall that each unit represents the number in the center of the rhombus. Okay, so just take the center number multiplied by 5, since it's 5 units. So it should be 5 times the center number. Okay, so you can also get you also realize that this is actually just 21 times 5. Alright, so noticing the pattern now, so we are going to find part B and C. Okay, so for part B, the number is not given. Okay, but it's known that the numbers are not written in this list, but it's given that the sum of the 3 numbers in the second row is 162. Alright, so if you look at this pattern again, sequence, so focusing on the second row only, the 3 numbers. Okay, so the sum of 3 numbers I see over here in terms of the units will be 1 unit minus 1 plus 1 unit. Okay, the sum, so plus 1 unit plus 1. Okay, again minus 1 and a plus 1, so it will be equals to 0. So add up the units, I only see 3 units. Okay, this also tells us the average, okay, is actually just 162 divided by the 3 numbers. Okay, so since it's 3 units, the sum is given 162. Okay, so 3 numbers in the second row is over here, 3 units, 162. So 162 divided by 3, I'll get 54, and this is my 1 unit, which is also my center number. Okay, so center, we can write center of rhombus, then that will be the number 54. Okay, so we ought to find the sum of all the numbers in this rhombus. Okay, the sum of all numbers is given here already, 5 units. So simply just multiply by 5. And the answer will be 270. Okay, you can do some checks so that you can ensure that your answer is always correct. So by writing down the exact numbers in the rhombus itself, so the rhombus will look like this: 53, 54, 55. Okay, top will be 8 less, so 46. Bottom will be 8 more, so 62. Okay, so this adds up to 270 as well. Right. Part C, sum of all 5 numbers. Okay, sum of all numbers again, 255. So using the sum of all numbers, okay, so 255, I can find my 1 unit first. Okay, not forgetting that 1 unit is also the center of the rhombus. So the center number, okay, just divide by 5 and the center number will give us 51. So this is the center of rhombus. Center number, right, 51. So find the largest number in the rhombus. So the largest number is always the third row, okay, the only number. So it's 8 more than the center. Okay, so it's given over here also, 8 more than the center. This is my 1 unit, so my answer will just be 1 unit plus 8. So 51 plus 8, so the largest number, part C, my answer will be 59.